Previously on Prof's Cashflow, we learned how fear and greed became tools of control. But what happens when discipline itself becomes the cage? Episode 4, The Discipline Delusion. They told you discipline is the key. Wake early, work hard, repeat. But Machiavelli would smirk because every routine becomes a pattern, and every pattern becomes a leash. You call it self-control. He calls it self-capture. The disciplined man isn't strong. He's predictable. And anything predictable can be defeated. The world worships those who follow routines, but the truth is, routines make you visible. Your habits become your coordinates. Your schedule becomes your attack vector. They don't need to watch you. They can predict you. A man who never changes rhythm is a man already mapped. And what's mapped can be hunted. Even animals know this truth. The predator that moves the same way twice becomes the hunted. The bird that sings at the same hour becomes the feast of the patient snake. But man, in his arrogance, believes routine equals mastery. He mistakes repetition for control, and in doing so, builds his own cage out of discipline. In the age of surveillance, discipline is data. Every repetition, every ritual, a breadcrumb trail for control. You think you're building discipline, you're feeding the system. The more consistent you become, the easier you are to manage. The system doesn't punish chaos, it fears it, because chaos cannot be automated. Look around you. Every app, every platform rewards repetition. The same posts, the same hashtags, the same dopamine loop. They call it discipline. Machiavelli would call it domestication. The obedient man doesn't need a master. He's already trained to obey himself. Discipline becomes the invisible hand of control, not imposed from above, but grown from within. Power doesn't need to command you when you command yourself to fit its mold. And so the disciplined man walks proudly, never realizing his chains were handcrafted by his own habits. True mastery is not order. It's control within disorder. The ability to shift without hesitation, to adapt without apology, to disappear when expected to perform, to act when others freeze. That's not laziness, that's strategy. It is the weaponization of unpredictability. Controlled chaos is not rebellion, it's freedom rehearsed. Think of a general on the battlefield. The disciplined army marches in order, lines perfect, strategy predictable. But the enemy who embraces chaos moves like smoke through iron. The disciplined army loses, not for lack of effort, but because they could not bend. What cannot bend must break. The powerful pretend to be disciplined. They wear order like a crown, but remove it like a mask. They use discipline as camouflage, a way to look noble while hiding ruthless flexibility. Machiavelli admired not the honest, but the adaptable. Those who could betray their own structure when it stopped serving their power. Order is the costume of control. It keeps the masses calm, predictable, contained. But those who rule operate in the shadows of unpredictability. They seem disciplined, but they are chaos in disguise. When your power depends on order, chaos destroys you. But when your power is born in chaos, order becomes your disguise. The disciplined man collapses the moment the plan breaks, but the Machiavellian mind doesn't panic, it pivots. He moves through uncertainty as if he built it himself. That's the difference between habit and instinct. Habit reacts to the familiar. Instinct adapts to the unknown. The disciplined man lives within his script. The powerful man rewrites it mid-scene. Because when the script fails, only the improviser survives. Discipline without awareness is obedience. Awareness without flexibility is fear. The art of power is to balance both order and chaos. Be structured enough to act, but wild enough to strike unseen. Predictable in the mundane, unpredictable in the monumental. Because when they cannot read you, they cannot control you. And when they cannot control you, you become untouchable. Prof. Cashflow. Where order ends, power begins. I am Prof. Cashflow.